First question, a really easy one, I think. Is this life that you're leading now, is it a dream come true?
Yeah, I think, this life that we're getting to experience now is really amazing. It's a lot different than we thought it would be. I think with music, it's kind of a surprise every single day, and there's new things that come up. But, it is really, really amazing. It's almost more than what we dreamed of. And there's certain parts of it, it's like, oh, it's exactly what I dreamed of. And sometimes it's like, I had no idea it would ever be like this.
What was the thing that you dreamed of that actually is the same that your dream was?
I think the thing that we dreamed of was just like the feeling that you'd have when you're playing a song for people and they're singing it back to you. And that we always would imagine that that would feel so amazing. And for years we never had that when we were playing. And then it started to happen, especially with cool kids and stuff. And now it's like, wow, that really does feel so special.
And what is the thing that you did, that turned out differently?
You play a lot less music, I think, than you think. It's funny, your day-to-day schedule, a lot of it is not playing music or writing music. So that's been a little interesting. I guess that's how a lot of jobs are. You only hear about the best advertised part, but in reality it's oh wait, you play, because when we're on tour, you play for an hour in the whole day, and that's it. And then you still have the whole other day you're working too. So that's been a little bit of a surprise, but we've learned to kind of adjust to it.
Yeah.
And what is the thing that you didn't know that you actually had to do during the day that turned out pretty good? That you like, maybe doing press or maybe autographs, meeting fans, or?
I think that one of our favorite parts is doing the meeting fans thing and meeting them, whether it's after a show or before a show or at some radio event. We try to find at least some way in every city that we go to meet fans and talk to them and communicate with them. And I think that part is it really is amazing. It's just fun to be able to connect with people around the world and be able to talk with kids, whether we played a show in Spain a few days ago and we got to talk to them after the show, and that was amazing. And even though we didn't really speak the same language, we still were talking and communicating. That was really special. And back home, we've done it so many times, and every single time it is very special.
What do they tell you? What does resonate in your music with your fans?
Yeah, I think it's funny because there's a lot of consistent things that people feel throughout the world. And even though obviously the cultures are so differently, and everyone is very unique and everything, but there's a lot of these same desires and things with cool kids that people are relating to all over the world. So it's been fun just to see them sing those songs back to us, but then also to be talking to them after and talking about the songs and what it meant to them. And for a lot of these fans who don't actually speak really any English, but they're still singing the words back, and there's still something there that they feel and they recognize. So it's been really cool just to be able to see how, even though we're all so different, there's a lot of things that bring us together too.
Can you name me one thing that unifies you all over the world, like you were saying? Is there one thing where maybe the song Cool Kids or?
Yeah, I think Cool Kids is a great example, just because it's been really traveling all over the world, and it's had a lot of success that we've all been really surprised by. And
wow.
I think it might be just people are relating to it, and there's this desire to fit in, but also the truth of you being yourself is, for us, that's what we say makes you cool. And so I think that's resonating through really all the world. And it was cool when it started to happen in America, and okay, but that still felt familiar. But then now coming across Europe, it's been really cool to see, wow, that message still unifies the rest of the world, not just in America.
Yeah. Well, you're 3 brothers and 1 sister. Jamie, you were 6 when Graham was born.
Right. Yeah.
Do you still recall his birth?
Graham's birth, I don't remember very well. I honestly have pretty bad memory generally. I have a hard time remembering what happened last week.
Okay.
But yeah, I wish I had some fun story, but I honestly don't remember.
No, what I am referring to, because you all started making music together, but there's a 6-year age gap, of course. But before we go into that, what music did your mother listen to? Do you still recall what she listened to when you grew up?
Yeah, our mom was a big fan of The Cure growing up. So we got exposed to, and that was a band that I think that was probably the one band I really remember her listening to. And our dad is more of a musician, so we played a lot of music, but one band that we definitely got exposed to by my mom was The Cure, and we remember thinking, oh, this is so cool. And we had this I forget what record it was, but one of the records was like this extended version, and every song was twice as long. It was like instrumental, and then they play through. But I remember like, yeah, this is so cool. You got to hear the instrumental part, and then to play the whole song again with the vocals and everything.
And your dad, what sort of band was he in? Is he in maybe still?
He was more. I mean, like when we were really young, he would play like a lot of jazz, and was a piano player and a drummer. So he wasn't in like any band for too long. He was kind of just played a lot of random gigs, and but yeah, I mean he was a big influence for us, and just obviously us playing music, and he was a musician, so he exposed us early on to like the Police and U2 and all these kind of great 80s new wave bands.
Is he still involved? Is he involved in your music? Maybe listening to it, or maybe saying some things, maybe arrangement-wise. I don't know. Is he still involved?
Yeah, we all work together a lot, and he helps us in all sorts of different kinds of ways. And like, he's a great songwriter, so we write a lot. We write with him a lot, and we write songs with him, and we tour with him. And he helps with like getting the sound at shows and stuff, because we're on stage and we don't know what the sound is like, so we know that he knows how to make music sound good, and so we have him do the sound at like our concerts and stuff. And he's involved in different kinds of ways, and we all try to keep it like very interconnected, and so we kind of keep it. It's healthy to be able to have your family in it in a lot of ways, because you're able to trust them. You're able to know like they aren't going to try to like screw you over in different kinds of ways. Like there's a lot of trust in that.
What did he tell you about the song once you wrote the song Cool Kids? What did he think of the song?
I don't remember if he said anything specific about Cool Kids, like, this song's going to be a hit. I don't think any of us really knew it was going to be as successful as it was. We kind of had ideas for, like, we thought, like, maybe this song would be our first single, and we never expected to have a platinum single in America. Now it's getting platinum and gold and different kinds of things in different countries. And it's like, for us, it was like we wrote Cool Kids, and it was kind of like a surprise in how big it got. And for us, like, when people were singing it in shows, like, that was a surprise to us. And we're like, this is huge, it's crazy, it's the biggest song ever. And then, like, now it's like, it was a really big song last year, and it's becoming a big song around the world this year. And it's, it's very unexpected, and we didn't know what would happen. We didn't write the song and be like, this is going to be our single, this is going to be our hit. But it was, and right now it's a song that people know, and that's something that's really amazing.
What do you think maybe should have turned out to be your first single when you wrote all the songs? What did you think could have turned out to be, maybe a hit song?
Right, I think maybe some of the more like more upbeat and more happy sounding songs we're gonna be. And there's songs like Let's Love and Come Together on the record that kind of, when you think of like a first single, those are a little bit more obvious choices. Just they're a little bit more danceable, and they're more happy songs. And Cool Kids is kind of this more, it still has a lot of energy, but it's this more mid-tempo, like a little bit more moody song. So I think I guess we always thought that like, you can't have like a more minor, moody kind of song as a first single, but people kind of just started taking to it, and were like, maybe we should make this our first single.